Welcome to episode 2 of the MMA Countdown Show. We took a little break, but we're back.
Yeah, we're definitely back.
We're better than ever. So we're going to jump right into things. Some topics we're going to be going over is the results from the Conor Khabib fight. Eddie Alvarez signing with a different promotion. Nate Diaz pulling out of UFC 230. The Chris Cyborg fight with Amanda Nunes and a bunch of other stuff. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's get into
First thing I wanted to talk about, even though the Conor Khabib fight happened first, I'm really upset that Poirier pulled out of the Diaz fight because I wanted to see, that would have been an absolute brawl.
Yeah,
First of all. But I guess it's his hip. I guess he said he's trying to avoid surgery, so we'll see what happens. But I mean,
but the thing that frustrates me is even though Poirier pulled out, why is Nate Diaz pulling out?
He says there's only one. He said he's gonna wait for Khabib.
Dude, but you don't even deserve a title shot, but you haven't fought in so long. You know what I mean?
It's Nate Diaz. What do you think he's thinking?
And I guess he went at him on Twitter too.
He said let Khabib's friend fight.
Nate Diaz tweeted Dustin Poirier. He was like, if you don't make it to the war, then you lose. And Dustin Poirier tweeted back at him. He was like,
lose half the wars
you've been in. That's pretty good. But yeah, I'm pretty frustrated that Nate Diaz pulled out of 230. I mean, I get Dustin Poirier. He's fought like twice this year. So he had an injury. That's a valid excuse. But Nate Diaz, he's being a little baby, bro. And
yeah, I can see that. I'm
just glad he deserves a title shot?
No.
So you can't say, oh, I'm waiting for the Khabib fight. Because you ain't even in line for that fight.
No, yeah, I'm going to say the same thing. I'll say this, though. I like that he was pulled for the reason that that card is really stacked, in my opinion. I'm a huge fan of everyone on that card. From Adesanya to Rockhold to Weidman to the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. That's huge for him.
Yeah.
A big thing going into that is DC's hands on 100%. He said that. He said my hands on 100%.
Yeah, we just so we'll like touch on that because we're gonna do a separate like whole show on just UFC 230.
Yeah, we'll do our picks like we did the first episode, but for 230, obviously.
Yeah. So one thing I do want to go over because we didn't get a chance to yet is the Conor Khabib fight. We were both off on our predictions.
Yeah, both upsetting.
I really didn't see the. I mean, a lot of people obviously seen the fight going that way, but I really thought Conor would catch him. But in my opinion, it looked like he didn't even want to be in the ring. Conor. He started off slow.
Yeah, that's what Kavanaugh said. He said if there's one thing I would have changed, it was I wanted to be offensive from the beginning. He goes, we realize that now. And I mean, I want to see that rematch, but it's just like. I'll say this, the last time we seen Conor McGregor get dominated like that, even in worse fashion by Diaz, because that was bad. He gassed out in 2 rounds instead of 4.
Listen, I've never seen Conor McGregor dominated. He got dominated so much, he won 1 round out of 4.
Whereas Diaz didn't win.
And that's the only round Khabib ever lost in MMA history, by the way.
That is true.
Yeah.
And he definitely didn't take that off. That Conor won that round.
In my opinion, you know, I just think Conor, just the money got to him, the fame got to him. I think he was too much focused on his whiskey. It did, like even when like the match was on, it didn't even look like himself. Like he was moving slow. He didn't. I think he was just thinking too much.
He was flat-footed too.
Yeah, he just didn't look like himself in that octagon.
Yeah, I mean, it just might be one of those things where the one main guy from a promotion or from like a sport in general becomes big. And you don't really see them as much, and they're not as good, and they're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you. And Michael Bisping on the Joey Diaz podcast, he's pretty interesting too. He was like, I know what McGregor was failing because like he's a striker too, Bisping, and he was saying when he faces wrestlers, especially someone like Khabib, when you want to throw a punch, you're always thinking, oh, he might try and double leg me or single leg me, and Conor was probably overthinking that so much that he was hesitating. And that's just like you can't do that with a guy like Khabib so dominant.
Yeah. Again, like I think if it happens again, I think it'd go 5 rounds. Really? And I don't know who would win. It might be the same thing, but Conor can survive.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I just can't see him beating Khabib. He's just so good.
He has to. What he has to do, in all fairness, is keep it on the feet. But when he's on the feet, push Khabib to where he is. You know, he's forcing the pressure, so Khabib can't push him back into the cage, get him on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I do agree. I just think
keep it an open space. Try to.
Yeah, because I just like from the first match. I don't think he deserves an immediate rematch. Absolutely not. And I just think Khabib dominates him in the second one. But one huge thing that happened that dominated the news for the whole week after was the brawl that happened afterwards.
Oh, the melee.
That
what are you gonna do? I thought that was way overblown.
Me too.
I thought the brawl or the melee, whatever you want to call it, was way overblown. It was cool just because of the names that were in it. Khabib, Diaz, McGregor.
Yeah.
That was cool. And
my whole opinion on it too, because I mean this is just a rumor right now. It's just speculation. But I guess Dylan Dennis and some other people in Conor's corner were like saying like racial slurs about Khabib, like his Muslim, his religion and stuff. That's not true. That's rumors. Yeah. But if that's the case, then Khabib has every right, in my opinion, to.
I also saw a video where Khabib's manager or somebody walked by Dennis and slapped him in the back of the head.
Really?
And that's why he. Yeah, I saw. It was like he was walking. He was next to the cage stairs, and he walked up and he gave him like a slap on the back of the head, and I was like, what the. I don't know. I think Khabib was just full of emotion. He saw someone antagonizing him, and he had enough.
Emotions flared in there, bro. Honestly, and
dude, that's the most testosterone
like, don't get me wrong.
Event will ever be. Everybody in there's gone.
And I love Conor too. I'm like huge dick rider for Conor, but he did cross the line with a lot of the shit he did say. He did mention his father, his religion, and things like that, and. Nothing was off limits in that shit.
Fair love and war, yeah.
Yeah,
but then for him
I didn't like.
It's just business after is.
I didn't like the fact that one of Khabib's teammates, who isn't fighting now, jumped the cage and hit Conor from behind. That was
a terrible sucker punch.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst punches I've ever seen thrown.
I just thought it was a cheap shot. That like, but then again, like you said, anything.
Well, he's off his fight with Lobov, so.
Yeah.
Michael Johnson is stepping in for that fight. That is going to be a great fight.
Oh yeah, he is. Wow, that is
a great fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at the end of the day, both of our thoughts were. I mean, it got overblown, right? That's what you think too.
Yeah, I think Khabib is gonna see a small suspension, but I think it's a small enough suspension where he would have sat out that amount of time anyways. Like, it'll be like say a 5-month or a 6-month suspension. Now, Khabib wouldn't fight till that time anyways. Yeah. Just got through with Conor McGregor. He doesn't have to fight.
So we both agree we don't want an immediate rematch. We both think Conor will get dominated and the brawl is over.
What I want Tony and Khabib.
That's what I was gonna say.
On the main headline. I want to see Khabib and Tony headline a card, which is weird for the next thing I'm gonna say for the title, and then I want to see Diaz and McGregor part 3 as the co-main.
Actually, yeah, I was talking to him.
Because how can you beat that? You're gonna have one of those two guys win. You're gonna have a great call out. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's hard to not have McGregor and Diaz as the main event, even though they're not a title.
I was talking to Nick Corielli.
Yeah? Nick! Shout out Nick.
So he said the same thing you said, that Conor and Nate have to do the trilogy. It has to happen.
Supposedly Nate said he doesn't want it, but he wants that fight.
He said that?
He said why would I fight him again? I already won twice.
Nate, you got this Dustin fight now, but is it fair to say you still want that trilogy with Conor?
I already won twice, so I ain't worried about it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But that was a little while ago.
Are you serious?
That's weird. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, he said, he goes, why would I have to fight him again? I beat him twice, so.
Oh, he did say
He thinks he won twice.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll see though.
I just think Nate can't keep saying I'm waiting for Khabib. He don't deserve a title shot.
Yeah, there's no
way. It doesn't even make sense. Justin, go ahead.
Justin Gaethje should make a nice phone call.
You see Jorge Masvidal wanted to fight Nate Diaz.
And Kevin Lee did.
Oh my god, dude. Nate Diaz, what are you doing, bro? Why don't you take these fights? These are huge fights.
Kevin Lee would have been great. I like Lee.
Kevin Lee. Yeah, that's a great fight.
I like that because it's a rematch, but I would way rather see Diaz and Lee.
See, the thing about Nate Diaz is his self-worth isn't. He thinks his self-worth is all the way up here, but it's really not. Like, just because you fought Conor McGregor and got those big pay-per-views, like the like paycheck and shit, you're not gonna get that. Yeah, it's all because of Conor. But like, if you're fighting someone else, you're not gonna get that big of a paycheck or those big pay-per-view numbers. So he needs to just come back down to earth, fight a guy like Kevin Lee, Dustin Poirier, get a win or two, that maybe get a title shot. He's ranked number 9 right now, I think.
Yeah.
Like, you're not in line for a title shot.
Speaking of other great fights that have been made, or about to be made, look up, it was, I forget his first name, it's Mendez versus Mosano, whatever his name is, I forget it. The
Chad
guy,
Mendez?
Yeah, look up the Chad Mendez rumors. He's about to fight that guy, he just beat, oh my god, I'm trying to think who this guy just beat.
We got it right here, hold up.
Renato Moncano.
Yeah, I know. I actually know who that is.
Yeah, dude, he's on a good streak. He's beat he just beat Cub Swanson, remember?
Yeah, I think he submitted him.
He did.
Yeah, that's
he
actually
did submit Cub
fight.
Swanson.
When is that fight?
The 232 card with Holloway and Ortega.
Yeah. Not to get off topic though, that's actually.
Oh, sorry, 231 with Shevchenko and Valentino.
Which is a great card too. Let me just stop for a second and bring up Tony Ferguson, his performance versus Anthony Pettis. The fact that he tore his MCL off the bone, which takes minimum like a year to recover. He did it in 4 to 5 months. Came back and fought a former champion and beat him. It's insane.
Not
and
handily,
that was an impressive performance. Joe Rogan, he was talking about how like Tony Ferguson's the only fighter he's ever seen who never gets tired, and it's so true. And like it's just insane. He's so good that like I think he is the only guy that, in my opinion, could beat Khabib because he's great off his back. He's way better at stand-up than Khabib, and he's so unorthodox.
And he can take those punches.
Yeah,
on the ground.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, Kevin Lee hits harder, in my opinion, than Khabib. I think we all can agree on that.
Yeah.
And he was eating bombs from Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee said he goes, I dropped some bombs on him. And
Ferguson said it too at the post-fight press conference. He was like, "I'm the best fighter to fight under chaos. Like I do great when he gets rocked or he gets taken down. He does great under pressure like that." And that's so true, dude. It's so true.
Yeah, he really is. He doesn't. He loves that.
And that's why.
When he beat Kevin Lee, he got smashed to the ground and taken down, and then in the 4th round he pulls out
triangle choke.
A triangle choke with what?
Yeah, if he's that.
That's on some Anderson Silva shit. That's what Anderson did to Chael Sonnen in round 5.
Yeah, he's 100% next in line for the title shot. Khabib once everything is cleared out with that brawl and Khabib and shit.
Yeah,
it's Khabib versus Tony. I know it's failed to happen 5 times, but this 5th time is gonna happen.
So their hearings in 6 days too. So we'll know then.
Yeah, so we know that. So there's our things. We both want Conor and Nate to do the trilogy, Khabib and Tony to do that. So that's awesome.
Same card, separate card, doesn't matter.
Don't matter. Nope. Yeah. So did we mention Eddie Alvarez already? He signed with
1FC.
1FC. That's pretty crazy, dude. He must have got a big contract. I wonder how much it is.
They say he has the biggest contract, like actual contract in MMA history.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean, it's based out of what, Singapore?
Yep.
That's my serious. That's crazy.
Seriously.
Oh, okay. Serious. Wow, that's like insane.
Yeah, dude, that's so crazy. He's bounced around every promotion. He was Bellator champ. He was the UFC champ. And now he's going to 1FC. I mean, he's always the top free agent when he goes a place.
Now, what were you saying that we can't watch him fight? So, they don't air it in the U.S.? They
don't air it in the U.S. There's no U.S. network for them. But I remember Chael Sonnen saying you can go online at like 3 a.m. whenever their fights are broadcasted.
I'm definitely gonna do that.
You know who used to fight in 1FC?
Who?
Ben Askren.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I seen footage of that promotion.
That's why Chael said, he goes, no one used to watch Ben Askren because they didn't know who he was in 1FC.
Yeah, I'm happy for Eddie because he was on his way out anyways. He's pretty old. Like, he wasn't gonna get like a bigger contract in the UFC because they have such good young stars.
Yeah. And I guess Dana White even flew him out to meet with them.
Yeah, well, Dana said he was like,
he wants him.
Eddie, like I told Eddie, he was like, listen, if you want to go somewhere else and get a better, like some more like money, a better contract, go for it. Cause like the UFC's all about young stars, bro. Like they have so many now, it's like they don't need them.
I mean, I love Eddie. Eddie Alvarez is one of the greatest lightweight fighters in the history. Hall of Fame up by. Guy's got like 3 belts.
Absolutely.
But I have a 4th.
Yeah, he's definitely there. But speaking of Chael Sonnen, you brought him up. Him versus Fedor. What were your thoughts on that fight?
I can't believe he ate that many shots. Did you see the punches he took?
Oh yeah.
He said
he talked about it on his podcast.
He was like, I've never
hit by a missile.
Yeah, he said, I've never been hit like that, man.
And the best thing about Chael Sonnen is, even though he lost, He still says he's undefeated.
Never lost a round. Because it's a fact. He said this is the only sport where all you have to do to lose is get choked out
or
not get knocked. He goes, nothing happened.
Yeah.
He goes, neither of those happened. He goes, I didn't lose.
I think he was a little over his head fighting Fedor because Chael's not a heavyweight. And he fought one of the best, a top 3 best heavyweights ever in Fedor. He's literally has the most power, I think, ever. He's insanely good. And I just think Chael was over his head. He did say that like he was just using that as sparring to fight Ryan Bader at light heavyweight, because that's the final right now, right? Him and Ryan Bader, which is gonna be a great fight. But yeah, Chael, he makes the best out of any situation. That's why I love him.
Dude, it's not even that he's a warrior. No one else would have kept getting up from those shots. He got dropped 4 times in the first round.
Yeah, and you know Chael's game plan's always the same thing.
Yeah.
When the bell rings, run at. He's a wrestler.
He said I wanted to be in his chest.
Exactly, and that's what he did, and he wanted to do that so Fedor couldn't punch him. You know what I mean? But
he said the punches were so fast they didn't even come with setups. He said it was just like bam, in his face.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, he'll move back down to light heavyweight,
and he'll fight Bader for the title.
Hopefully, something like that. Yeah, they're even talking about doing a light heavyweight
Grand Prix,
I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bellator is onto some good shit with that, because that's like great content. That's
not even that. The reason I like the tournaments is because it solves that problem.
The best
who
fight,
fights who next.
I agree.
You can't do, is Khabib gonna fight McGregor again? Is Khabib gonna fight Tony? It's like, no. If you had I'm not saying the tournament's the right way to go, but it solves one issue of booking the fights and who fights when. And it's great because they have so much lightweight depth in the UFC. If they were to do that they could have plenty of replacements.
Hopefully the UFC does start to do that, because I mean,
it's just tough. You're not supposed to shit where you eat. Like
yeah, exactly.
Like Brendan Schaub was saying, he goes, it's tough when you have the guy who was promoting the fights is the one making the matches. That shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fine with me. They're putting on great matches. They have a ton of great fights. Yeah. Like we got John Jones Gustafson since the last time. That's gonna be an absolute war.
I'll make a separate video just on that.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to do a whole 230.
Yeah. Well, that's not on 230.
Was it 232?
231 or 2, yeah.
232, I think. Because it's the end of the year. But still, that's a crazy card.
Yeah, I'm fucking excited. We got some crazy shit coming up. I'm actually pumped too, because we have a lot of content to talk about now. Like there's so much between all the good fights coming up, and like next year, like it's just gonna be like the MMA, in my opinion, is the best it's ever been, and it's just gonna keep on growing and growing. Like now that ESPN is picking up like the UFC, it's like they're just gonna get huge now, and it's just gonna be even bigger and bigger. More people are gonna come on.
Bellator's gonna get bigger and bigger.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm pretty excited for where MMA's at as a sport right now. It's great, and hopefully we can get to the point where these fighters, they start getting paid like real athletes, because a lot of them, if you're not in the top 10, top like 15, you're making $20,000 a show and $20,000 to win if you win.
Oh yeah.
So you got to fight at least 4 times a fucking year. You got to get at least $60,000.
You're going into war.
Yeah.
You're going into absolute war every time.
Exactly. So I'm happy that the MMA is starting to go mainstream. And
my condolences for Stipe not getting his title shot, his automatic rematch, which is a little fugazi. Again, like the thing we were talking about. Yeah, Stipe offered to fight DC, and they wanted Derek Lewis instead, which is a guy.
Exactly what I was just saying.
Derek Lewis, a guy who just admitted on live TV he doesn't have the gas tank for a 5-round fight.
Yeah, me and Nick were talking about that too. How like DC and Derek Lewis both admitted they're not ready to fight. DC said it too.
His hands fucked.
Yeah, his hands fucked. Derek Lewis is in no shape to fight 5 rounds, but they're just gonna do it. I mean, yeah, that's I'm looking forward to it though. It's gonna be a great fight, but
I can't. It's DC's either gonna ground and pound him, or Derek Lewis gonna hit him with that one punch.
And before I forget to bring this up too, I did want to mention one more thing, which is some more rumors that are dominating the headlines is Floyd Mayweather and Khabib. I don't want that fight to happen, and I hope it doesn't, because that fight would probably end by the 2nd round. Khabib is not a striker, and although he did catch McGregor with that right hand,
he's still slow.
It was a fluke, yeah. It's like, dude, and do not put Khabib in a boxing ring with Mayweather. That's like embarrassing. I don't want to see it.
No.
Daniel Cormier was like, he'll get beat so bad, he'll just start wrestling in there.
Yeah, that's like, what'll happen.
Like, at least Conor, we could like speculate and like you can
imagine the pot.
Like a beat Billy's English, exactly. So I don't want to see that. But yeah, Floyd Mayweather said he also wants a rematch with Conor McGregor, but I don't want to see that.
He's gonna end up fighting Pacquiao. That's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see Pacquiao 2. See two old men fight.
I don't even want to see that.
I don't either. I mean, the only reason I want to see it is I want to see if Pacquiao, like... The only reason I want to see that is to see if Pacquiao's excuse of my shoulder last time was legit. Because if he comes in, they're both old, they're both healthy, and he shits the bed again, and it looks the same, then your excuse was you got beat. You know what I mean? You just got beat. You can't say that Floyd, oh, my shoulder hurt, this and that. You got beat by Floyd, but we'll see what happens. I hope Pacquiao wins that. And we got a ton of great fights coming up.
Yeah, I'm pumped up. I think we covered everything we wanted. Is there anything else?
Guys, episode 2 is in the books. Episode 3 will be best one yet. UFC 230 predictions. Previewing 231 as well. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll try and get this out by Saturday. We'll just keep pumping out content and
check the Instagram, check the YouTube. Motherfuckers are always cranking.
You want to sponsor us? I'm not stopping you.
Yeah, please.